Better finance management is all it takes to reduce spending, achieve financial goals that once seemed impossible, and improve your ability to invest and save. These are not short-term goals, but long-term solutions. If you accomplish plenty of things in a year, you can make a significant difference in your life. If you feel that your finances are stuck in a critically unbearable situation, you can do several things to create a better position for yourself. Here are 5 to get you started. Number 1. Track your spending to improve your finances. Do you know how much you spent on eating out last month? Or buying gas? What gets measured gets managed. Tracking your spending may seem basic, but it's crucial to figure out how you can better allocate your money while understanding where it's going. Categorize your expenses in a way that makes sense to you, especially bills, food, transportation, eating out, entertainment, and so on. It'd be better to know the difference between needs and wants before tracking, building, or whatever else in your finance. It helps to make better spending choices. Calculate the total you spend in each category at the end of the month. You may feel obvious when you cut back on spending, even if you need it, or where you should allocate more money. You can use your bank account provider's website to track your spending or a spreadsheet to track your expenses. There's some applications like You Need a Budget or YNAB to help you with tracking the money that leaves and comes into your account. Track your spending is pretty self-explanatory. In this case, you can go with 3 budgeting pillars: automation, tracking your spending, and emergency fund. Keeping track of how you spend money may be challenging and attractive, but it takes little time to be fed up with it. It's worth enough to find what's holding you back financially and then creating your budget. Knowing how much money you currently have and have to spend is the sweet sound of freedom. Give it a try. Number 2. Create a realistic monthly budget. You can set a budget using your monthly spending habits and the monthly take-home pay you know you can keep. Budgeting gives you a good sense of what it costs to run your everyday life. You don't want to set a strict budget based on drastic changes like never eating out and ordering takeout food like 4 times a week. That doesn't make any sense. You may feel overwhelmed if you've never created a budget for yourself. Keep in mind that someone else developed budgets that may not work for you. Budgeting is a unique thing. For example, a budgeting method says to give every dollar a job. There's an app called You Need a Budget, and you can use that for budgeting. The fun fact is, they've created their whole budgeting method around giving every dollar a job, which is a massive topic of financial gurus today. Instead, this method may work for some people, but not for others. So the only way to find the right fit is for you to try it out. So try it and find out. If you can't find it, then try to build it on your own. Cash-only or envelope budgeting, the balanced money formula, and the pay-yourself-first method can push other than the You Need a Budget concept if you want to try. Find out what works for you. Try to make a budget that tallies with your lifestyle and spending habits. Budget's a thing to encourage better habits like cooking at home, but give yourself a realistic shot at meeting this budget. Another thing to remind yourself of is that your current budget may not work for you sometime in the future. The goals and seasons of life are constantly changing. This change is exact for your budget too. You realize the difference if you compare your current budget with a year or so ago. Change is a simple fact and does not make you feel bad. There are some tips for a root budgeting system. Incorporating your values, setting up your budget to match your pay frequency, and choosing your budgeting principles are 3 key things that you want to do after figuring out your expenses and income for a root budgeting system. The significant advantage of creating your budget is it reflects you and works for you and will be much easier to stick with. Take action and change your financial life. Number 3. Build up your savings. Building up savings can take time, but you have to do it. It's essential to take a close look at your spending habits as the first step. Saving is another passive approach to growing your wealth, like investing. Create an emergency fund. You can dip into it when unforeseen circumstances strike. An emergency fund can save you from risky situations in which you're forced to find yourself unable to pay your bills on time or force you to borrow money at a high interest rate. An emergency fund of 6 months will be more than enough to face potential financial hardships. Try to make general savings contributions to strengthen your financial security in a job loss. It's time to think about giving enough savings to cover. Keep a 3 to 6 month benchmark when deciding how much to save for emergencies. The value of your emergency fund should be realistic. You must review your budget before building up your emergency fund. Keep your emergency fund in an easily accessible account. Take advantage of investment opportunities too. You can use strategies to save money without affecting your lifestyle, like credit cards. You can keep short-term savings goals and long-term savings goals to build your savings. The ultimate truth is that no matter which option you choose or how little you save, you must look for ways to increase your savings over time. Small gains will offer significant returns over the long run, so you have to do it now. Number 4. Pay off your unnecessary debt. Paying off your debt, especially the unnecessary kind, is another huge way to impact your finance. Reframe your debt mindset is essential here. You can do reframing your debt mindset with these 4 steps. Realize that there's no good or bad debt. Take only necessary debt, pay off unnecessary debt, and live below your means. Anyway, never take the fact that debt is terrible and it's the enemy. But consider that debt can limit what you can do financially, especially when you need to be more careful with it. That's paying off any unnecessary debt you have is essential. Excessive debt can keep you from being able to switch jobs or start a new career or even purchase a home. Holding too much can bury you. It can affect how you view money in general and make you depressed. Unnecessary debt can be challenging in pursuing higher education or traveling and chasing your dreams. It can invade your thoughts and stay on your mind. Excessive debt can keep you away from what you want to do with your money. Take the weight off of your shoulders. It's better to have a plan with a goal to give you something to shoot for. The goal must be realistic and achievable. Then provide yourself with something to shoot to motivate yourself to pay it off. In that case, you have to create an image of what your life is going to be like after you pay off your debt in your mind. It'll help you to change the stigma surrounding your debt. Use milestones which remind you to keep you on track. Finally, pick a method for paying off your debt. You can utilize a few techniques for paying off your debt, such as a debt snowball, highest interest first, and highest monthly payment first. Suppose you want to combine any of the methods to find something that works for you. The most important thing is focusing on one debt at a time, paying it off, and then moving on to the next. Before you get started paying off debt, you must think about how much total debt you have, how much money you have to put toward debt, your payoff strategy, set up your reward system, set everything into motion, and so on. Number 5. Start an investing strategy. Minor contributions to investment can help you use your earned money to generate more income, even if your ability to invest is limited to begin with. Consider opening a retirement or other investment account if your employer offers 401k matching. Habits can affect you well or poorly. Better finances start with changing your habits. Some of these changes will be easier than others. If you're in need of this transformation, you can build excellent money management skills that will serve you throughout your life. An investment strategy is a path to having more money in your pocket at the end of the day. Rock-solid budget is the foundation of good money management. Positive money mindsets can strengthen your financial habits. Create a budget in which your financial situation incorporates short and long-term savings directly into your budget. Investing will eventually pay off in the long term. Working on long-term moments rather than short-term movements of the market will be more beneficial in investing. There are many situations where you can become a multimillionaire by investing in long-term real estate investments. It's an opportunity to build wealth through property appreciation over the long term. Diversifying your investments is also another essential step to take. Try to study 2 main ways to make money: earning it actively by working for it, and earning it passively while you sleep. The choice is yours, but you have to invest in yourself now.